Hey guys! So today's video is just going to be an update on my earlobe reconstruction. I got them done May 31st. So it's officially been 3 months since I got them sewn up, and I wanted to just kind of tell you how the healing process went, how I'm feeling about it, and all of that jazz. I am going to pierce them soon, and I'm really excited because I have a lot of really beautiful jewelry I want to show you guys, specifically earrings. But yeah, I'm excited to wear those. I just have to pierce my ears. So, a lot of the stuff I'm covering now I might have covered in my previous video, but I think that video was also just like a life update, so if you weren't interested in that, you might not have heard all of the info about my ears. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to mention is the size that my lobes are now. Not in regards to piercing, but they are quite small, I guess, compared to everyone else. I always had very tiny earlobes anyway, so I'm not bothered by this at all. My earlobes were so small, in fact, that he thought I had scalpeled right up to this part of my ear, which is something a lot of people do when they're trying to stretch big. I didn't. I just naturally don't have a lot of extra meat in that area. So I'm touching it a lot right now, so it is going to get red. But it is completely healed. I still have a scar, obviously. I just recently started putting some stuff on it to lighten the scar, though I'm not too bothered by it because it only really is noticeable if I play with it a lot because it turns red. It is a little sore if I like squeeze my ear in a weird way. That for me happens with all of my scars. I get very sensitive in that area, so I'm not concerned about that. I know that will go away eventually. Okay, so hopefully you can see he made basically like a T, so it went like this and then down, and then he sewed up all of that skin together. On the front it looks a lot better than it does on the back, but that's because no one's really going to see the back, so it wasn't a big deal. I want to say it took about an hour to do each ear for him. I'm sure some people are faster, depending on their ears, because like I said, I had very small lobes. He was kind of unsure if he could even do it because they were so thin and small. Yeah, so it was a little more intricate for him to do. I had regular stitches on the front and then dissolvable stitches on the back, which I did end up cutting out instead of letting them dissolve because they got very tight, which he told me I could do after 10 days, so I did. Taking the stitches out actually didn't hurt at all. I thought it would. For some reason I'm blanking on the cost right now. I want to say it was $350 or $400, but I'm not totally sure for both ears combined. It's not going to be the same for everyone. It depends on your ears and who you go to. I did not go to a dermatologist or a plastic surgeon, which I know some people do, but I have only heard bad things and horror stories about people going there. And he even showed us some pictures of people whose lobes he repaired after they had spent $3,000 at a plastic surgeon's office, so I'm pretty glad that I didn't go that route. Plastic surgeons are more used to closing regular piercings, and that's a very simple stitch. But this, it's a lot of work, and if they don't have practice doing it and training doing it, I don't think they should be doing it, but they are. I'm not going to mention who I did because, I don't know, I just feel like I shouldn't. He's very popular, he's very well known, he travels throughout the world. I can list a bunch of people that I know of that you can email and find out about if they're coming to your city or whatever. So pain while he was doing it, I didn't feel anything. He did inject my ears with something, I forget what it was called, but it was obviously something that numbed them. I bled a lot. According to him, I obviously didn't see anything, but not a big deal. I guess that's just how I am. When I've gotten my ears pierced, when I got my tragus pierced, the piercer said that to me. So I guess I just bleed. So I guess now I'll talk about why I got it done. I love stretched ears. I think they look amazing. I loved mine, but I have always been very insecure about the way I look head on, and this is a really ridiculous thing, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, that's a dumb reason, but whatever. I felt like when my ears were their biggest, they were about this big, 1.5 inches. I'm going to say this is about 1.5 inches because this is what it looked like to me. And I loved the way they looked from the side. I thought it was really cool. And I've never had a problem with like my profile that much. But front on, because my ears stick out instead of laying flat against my head like a lot of people, my jewelry also would face out and I felt like I looked dumb. So I only really liked it from the side. If my ears were flat and the jewelry would have laid flat as well, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. I probably would have kept them. When I wore stone jewelry, they were quite heavy, so they usually would lay flat, and that's why I loved those. But yeah, I just got very insecure with looking head on, which is why I went down. And I've gone up and down in size so many times throughout the years that I don't know, my ears just didn't want to go down past 1 inch anymore, and I still felt like 1 inch was too big. I still felt like I looked odd. So that's when I decided. I made the appointment in, I think, October of last year, and he was fully booked till that day, May 31st of 2018, so that's what I did. I did a $100 deposit, which counted towards the final payment, and I tipped him. So I think I spent around $500 for it, which is not bad at all. I know some people spend $500 an ear. Please don't watch this video and think that that is the price you're gonna get. Everyone's different. Everyone charges different for different reasons. That's just what my experience was. Okay, so I want to talk about regret. A lot of people have been commenting saying, oh, your ears are gone, unsub, which is fine. My channel has never been focused on body modification. It's always been more about makeup because that's what I'm passionate about. I do love body modification and I find it very interesting, but I have like 4 videos on it. I don't know. I don't want to go there. There aren't a lot of things I can talk about in regards to body modification to make an entire channel about it. That's just not really something I would have fun doing. Like, doing a separate video on each of my tattoos doesn't sound like something I would want to do, honestly. So I'm not going to. And I'm not going to do a video about my ear history or whatever. I've already done all the ear videos I will ever do, aside from, you know, like future jewelry videos. I am done with the stretched lobe part of my life, and if you don't want to follow me anymore because of that, that's fine. But yeah, that's never really been what my channel was about anyway, so. A lot of people have been saying, oh, do you regret ever stretching your ears in the first place? No, I loved them as long as I had them. From like 14 to 18, I had quite tiny ones. I went probably to like a 00. And then from 18 to 24 is when I went all the way up to 1.5 inches, and then back down to 3/4, and then all the way back up to 1.5 inches, and then back down to 1 inch. I loved them. They were a big part of me, and I don't regret having them. I loved them, and I still am happy that I had them for as long as I did, and I don't regret closing them either. I've also gotten comments about that, like, oh, do you regret doing it? No. I do love the way they look, and especially from profile, like I said before, but I can get big earrings that look just as cute. I still have a lot of respect for that side of body modification. It's just not something I'm doing anymore. Doesn't mean it's like disgusting to me or anything like that. It's just not what, that's it. It got expensive getting jewelry. It was annoying to take care of. It was annoying to wake up, go to work, and then as soon as I got to work be like, oh shoot, I forgot to put my plugs back in. Now I gotta buy a pair because people are gonna be obnoxious about it at work. Yeah, they just became annoying, so I got rid of them. That's it. It's not a big deal. Some people are acting like it's the end of the world, which, like, whatever. I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's my body. I'm really, really happy with the decision that I made. If you're not, okay, sorry, bye. It was nice to have you while you were here. So I want to do some before pictures and some during the healing process pictures, and hopefully before I edit this I will get my ears pierced, but if not, then my next jewelry video I will have my ears pierced, and I have some really, really nice jewelry to show you. So I also just want to mention the pain as it was healing. I couldn't lay on my side, which is the only way I sleep. I know some people got donut holes that you usually sit on and would put the donut hole kind of like this so they could lay on their side, which is a great idea. It's just by the time I thought of it, it was too late. So sleeping was rough. Pain really wasn't that bad. The first day after the numbing effect wore off, they were very, very sore, but just like a new piercing. And I had a very bad migraine, so I was already feeling shitty, so any pain kind of on top of that was like too much for me. But if I didn't have a migraine, it would have just been a regular kind of pressure that you feel when you get a piercing. If you're thinking about getting this done, please research the person that you're going to, especially if they're not a body modification artist, because they don't always know what they're doing. Even though they have, you know, a medical title, don't assume that they have more knowledge than someone who's been doing it forever. I think that's it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But I'm pretty sure that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have an amazing day.